High volume.
Good morning, YouTube. Sorry I've been away. There's been a lot going on, you know, school. School. I've had a lot going on, but nevertheless, I'm about to give you some good stuff. So today, I'm about to share with you about the time that I got into a fight. So, picture it. It was 2010, 2011, one of those years. 7th grade. It was 7:20 in the morning. You know, people still wiping the sleep out their eyes. So, math class, you know, this particular teacher didn't like her at all. So I already walked in like, how you doing? You know, I really don't mess with you like that. So we was already off to a bad morning anyway. So we walking in, me and my just so happened me and my best friend, we had class together, so that worked out. So we walked in and then we saw this man sitting at the desk. Was like, girl, we got a sub today. So, you know, a little happy dance, because sub me no work and it's just a blow off for the day, right? Wrong. So this dude, you know, he get up, he like, everybody sit down, sit down, sit down. We like, what? He like, all right, everybody get into a circle. And then we like, we ain't never got into no shape before. What are we about to do? So then he go through the whole thing about like, I think this was geometry, so we just talking about geometry or whatever. So then after that, he was like, okay, you could pick a partner, you could work with a partner. So I'm like, oh, best friend, you already know. So we working on our stuff together. Then this boy that I just could not stand just like starts talking really loud, and for some reason he always found a way to direct it at me. Like I wouldn't even be doing anything. So I'm just like, could you pipe down? We actually trying to do the work, you know. Then he, you know, he got loud. I'm like, all right, no need for that. Then a few minutes later, he says, yo mama. So I looked, I said, wait, what? He said, yo mama. So I was like, wait, before I had to get up and before, you know, I accused him of something, I said, best friend. Did he just say something about my mother? She said, girl, I think he did. So I said, at that point, I'm like, all right, meet me at the class. So, you know, bell rang, and I'm just like, I approached him, and then, you know, I'm like, girl, what is you doing? This is a dude, he would lay you out. But then the other part of me was like, it's about to go down. And, you know, you talk about somebody mama, it's just like you get this superhero thing on you, whatever. So I remember he punched me, like, just, you know, my little face. No, I promise you, it felt like an out of body experience. I know he hit the crap out of me, but my body said, you know, it was little. So I came back, I turned, I said, all right, my turn. Boom. Then after that, I took that little thing, I grabbed him by his neck, I choked that boy up. And I just remembered, I remember I was standing with my, you know, my hand around his throat. And I'm looking like, this is not Chris. This is, I mean, Chris was gone. The spirit of whooping booty was just taking over me, right? So I'm just like, oh my God, I can't even believe my own strength. I'm just choking the dude. And you know, he was real light. Like, so I remember, like, my hand was just all up, you know, you see my fingerprint. So the sub is at the desk, right? He just reading the newspaper. So I'm looking, I'm choking him, and I'm like, dude, you gonna stop me? I'm looking, you know. Then my best friend, she was like, excuse me, sir, they are fighting. He said, looked up, he walked over, and this dude that I don't know, ain't never met a day in my life, grabbed me by the hand. It was like, no, stop fighting. I said, you want to get choked up too? Like, I don't even know you grab my hand, right? So then he break us up. He like, break it up. And you know, by then, it's a whole crowd just waiting like, oh, Kristen, go get him. I knew you had hands. Like, I'm like, yeah. You know, that's only hyping me up. And I remember the dude was just like choking. I was surprised I didn't like just put him to sleep. And so I slowly let him down. You know, I was coming off of that supernatural, but just power. I don't know. So then they walked me down to the office. They're like, what happened and stuff? And I'm just like, he talked about my mother. I mean, that's code for whooping booty. Anytime you talk about somebody's mother, it's time to go. So then I get to the office, and his principal tried to, he called us both down, right? And then he was like, no, Kristen, you could sit in the chair. Like, I'm just so, like a feather. I'm so hurt, you know, like I'm the one that got beat up. You sit down in the chair, you all right? I'm like, I ain't no punk. I choked this dude up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? So I sat in the chair, you know, I'm thinking this, I ain't say this, because I wasn't trying to get kicked out. I was on his good side. So dude standing over near the window, and the principal was like, what you trying to be, the next Rihanna and Chris Brown? I looked, I said, I ain't no Rihanna, okay? You don't see no black eye on this. You know, I did that to him. So I'm just sitting there, I'm looking like, what? So then he talked to us, so he just suspended the dude or whatever. And you know, I walked up out of there and I was just like, what's up? You know, what we doing now? He said, go back to class. I was like, all right, I'm supposed to go back to class after I'm just amped up. I'm like, all right, I gotta let the people know. So I'm walking down the hall back to school, or back to class. Somebody, they ran me down. They like, Kristen, what happened? I looked, I said, don't worry about it. Let the people know. I'm not to be played with. Dusted my shoulder off, walked it out, and then I was